Hi everyone, this is Professor Smith and welcome to EC602. This is going to be a little overview of how our Blackboard site works. So typically each week I will send a kickoff message that will be posted here under announcements. So often those will be emailed. Just get in the habit of checking your announcements throughout the week in case there's something else I want to share with the class during the week. So at this point, you should read the Get Started Here, the initial kickoff announcement, which you're looking at right now. Also read through the syllabus and course schedule. Now, our weekly flow is going to occur in this folder here, this content area called Course Content. So let me click on that. I'm going to lay it out by week. So in week 1, I'll give it a title, then week 2 you'll see a new folder, then week 3, etc. So let's click on the week 1 folder. Now the way that these folders will work is I'll often have a little introductory blurb. There'll be links to various materials like a PowerPoint presentation or tutorials or practice sites that I think will help reinforce what you need to know for the week. Now, most of the teaching is going to occur via my personal notes and recordings. So if you click on this subfolder here called Notes and Recordings, what you'll notice is I've given you guys a couple of personally prepared recordings. These are typically not going to be too long, maybe 20 minutes or so on average. And not only are they a key way to understand the course material, they're going to directly tie to the graded assignments. So it could be either the multiple choice quiz or the analytical assignment. There'll be a skill or piece of information here. So in this case, there are a couple of recordings for this week, and there's also a file that goes along with the recordings. Hopefully together, those will help you understand the material for the week. So let me go back to course content in the week 1 folder. Now the other critical area is, of course, what's due for the week. So if you click on the subfolder called Assignments, remember from our what I call the weekly flow, we're going to have 3 types of assignments for the course. Those will typically be either a multiple choice quiz, a discussion board, or some kind of analytical assignment. So the way the quizzes will work, let me click on that. Notice the Sunday night deadline per the syllabus, so that'll be our kind of standard deadline, so you can prep your time accordingly, plan your time accordingly. So you're going to click begin, and these are untimed, so hopefully not too high pressure. And the way it works is that you would then read the question, click in these radio buttons your answer, and then click save answer, and then you can use these buttons here, these arrow buttons, to navigate to the next question. At the very end, it's going to have another option I believe if you go all the way to the end, it will give you an option to save and submit, and that is what is going to then officially submit and end the quiz. Okay, so again, the quizzes are just to make sure that we're understanding just the basics. Let me go back to the other types of assignments. Okay, the second type of assignment is a discussion board. Typically, I'll give you the link to it directly in this assignments folder. Also, you can navigate to the discussion boards via the discussion board content area on the left here. So if I click on, let's click on this link here. Okay, we're going to have a running discussion board that I called in the syllabus the Q&A forum. And basically any questions that you guys have about the course in general that would be useful for other students to see an answer to, you should post here. And anyone should feel comfortable not only posting to this board, but also answering it. So I'm going to try to be active, but if someone else is on there and can answer a question, absolutely please help each other out, and let's really build that sense of community. For this week, there's an introductory discussion board called Introduce Yourself, and there's also going to be one that's not yet visible on Supply and Demand. So the way that you would submit a post is you click the name of the board. So I'll click on Introduce Yourself, and then click on Create Thread. Give your post a title, and then you can either click in this text box here, or you can upload a file. Now, some weeks you'll be able to see everyone else's posts right away, and other weeks we may try something where you have to submit your own post first, and then you'll be able to see all the other posts that have been submitted up to that date. So that's just kind of try to incentivize everyone to do a really strong post. All right, so that's how discussion boards work. Let me go back to the assignments folder. Our third type of assignment is what we call an analytical assignment. So let me show you this Word document here. So these will typically be an assignment that's not really a discussion board, which is primarily verbal, not a multiple choice quiz, but typically either a mini case analysis or a numerical type problem or a graphical type problem that I kind of want you to work through by hand a bit. So in this case, you'll notice how there are two parts. There's a question on algebraic equilibrium, and I have a tutorial for that in the content folder, and there's examples of that in the textbook. And then because I like to give you guys articles that are hot off the press. So here's a recent article about the cause of high gas prices, and I want you to do a hand-drawn supply and demand graphical analysis explaining how changes in equilibrium have caused the high gas prices. Okay, so a lot of the help for this is going to be in the recordings that I do, where I kind of walk you through how to do that type of analysis. You'll see what I'm looking for. So the way that you would upload these is if you click on the analytical assignment link. Notice our Sunday night deadline. There's an assignment submission option where you could either input it by text, but normally what you're going to do is you're going to upload a Word document because, for example, in this week's assignment, presumably you might do it on paper, for example, where you hand draw a graph and then take a picture of it, and you could put that picture, for example, into a Word document along with your write-up. So typically a Word document is going to be what I'm looking for. So you could simply then click Browse Local Files, upload your Word document, and then click Submit. I guess the last things to show you guys, we have the option for if you want to talk to me one-on-one, we'll do that via Collaborate. So you'll notice on the syllabus I have an MBA support hour by appointment, which I believe this semester is going to be Tuesday or Friday in the evening. So if you want to reach out to me and do that, we would hop on to Collaborate. And for that, you would just click Collaborate. And then if you simply just click this link here, our course room, it will take you into the Collaborate window, and then you and I can have a one-on-one discussion about anything. The other links I think are pretty straightforward. If you click Check My Grades, it will give you a list of your scores, and if I've written any individual feedback, I believe if you click on the score itself, which of course there is none right now, it will show you any individual feedback that I have written for you. The other links I think are pretty straightforward, mostly University of Hartford wide support resources. So hopefully at this point, everyone, you find our Blackboard course relatively straightforward and you find our weekly flow relatively straightforward. So 3 types of assignments due Sunday night. Repeat that pattern every week. And if you have any questions for me, reach out. I look forward to working with everyone.